It's your boy Muggsy Bulldog, man. Before I start my lecture on how I will scale out a combat sports gym, the free way to support this brand, for me to give you the best free value possible to grow your brand and scale out, is to simply subscribe to the YouTube, y'all. So God bless y'all. Thank y'all so much for your support. Without further ado, let's get to the lecture. All right, y'all. So here we go. I'm gonna start my lecture. Don't interrupt me. Don't say anything. Everyone be quiet and mute yourselves. Okay? I'm joking. All right, here we go. Now, this is my lecture on how I personally, and I know it will work. I know for a fact this will work if I did it myself. I know y'all can do it too. How I would scale a combat sports gym. Combat sports being anything violent, okay? Any fighting style, okay? Now, I'm going to start with something that a lot of people struggle with, okay? Now, where's my thing? So we're starting with this. If you have a combat sports gym, you want leads, right? You want people in the gym. You need more members, monthly revenue, Okay, that's what you want. Okay, you want good people overall, people who take it serious. Okay, now the first thing, and this is the beginning of the marketing. This is the beginning of creating the ecosystem for marketing the gym. Okay, we need to establish this. Okay, we have to establish the cameraman. Okay, now look. When I say cameraman, I mean that very loosely, or if you can afford it, I mean it very tight. Okay, now loosely as in when I say cameraman, people think gimbal, we're making a movie, but no, none of that expensive shit. Okay, I'm talking about somebody with a cell phone, a mic, that's it, and some direction, some guidance, some quarterbacking. That's it. Understand? That's really all you need. Space. That's a solvable problem too. We got SD solid states, we got flash drives, things like that. Okay, but overall you need a cell phone, a good quality cell phone. I prefer an iPhone. Okay, a mic, preferably Rode or DJI, and then a person, and you need to guide that person. Now, what are we going to tell that person? What is the guidance? I'm gonna write on the board. So first thing first, before I write on the board, you have to do one thing: charge your mic. Charge it every night and clean your camera lens. We're gonna start with them two things. I said that kind of quick. So this is what we need. Now we're gonna start with this. Clean the, y'all can't see that, can y'all? Clean the lens. Clean the lens, okay? Charge your mics. Okay? Now you clean the lens, you charge your mic. You just remove that stress from the person holding the camera. Do it yourself. Okay? Easy. Now, we're gonna tell that person a couple of things. We're gonna tell them angles, mid to low. Keep the angles mid to low. I don't want you to hover over me. I made that mistake in Jersey. Big mistake. Mid to low angles. Okay, now, rotate. Don't be a tripod. I'm gonna just get a fucking tripod at that point, right? So, rotate. Don't stay in one spot. No, the last one I'm not gonna write it. It's a lot. I'll take that back. I'm writing this shit. It's a lot, y'all. Tell that person, don't stop. And then in between this, don't stop recording till I say stop recording. Tell them that. They don't stop shit. Because if something happened and they stop recording, oh, you're going to be pissed for years. Long time. Okay? Now, this is going to apply for every person. Now, if you get your designated 2 or 3 people, quarterback them, you're good. Now, if you got to get somebody brand new, it takes 2 minutes to tell someone brand new. If you say you go out of town, you're kind of well known, you can find some help somewhere quick. Okay? Tell them these things right here. You have to tell them that. You understand? Don't neglect the quarterbacking of the camera person. Now look, if you got the gimbal, the guy with the lens, the guy with the Canon or the Sony camera, do the same thing. You got to figure out space. Now with that, I'm going to be specific. Hold on. So if you got a guy who's professional and has his own camera, the only thing I would say different other than this, I would say all of this, of course, but the one thing I would tell that person is about SD cards. You have to figure out that. Now, I would probably, go get your own damn SD card. Go get your own and give it to them. And have them record with that SD. And that way, when you're done recording, you give it back to you. Now you got the all the footage. Okay? So, other than that, pretty much it. Same thing. Okay? Keep me in the frame. Simple shit, y'all. Okay? Super simple shit. Now, that's the camera guy part. Now this, really excited about this next part. Low-key kind of lit. Now, this next part. Now this blueprint is going to kind of apply. It's going to somewhat apply to the growth of your gym. The brand of your gym. Okay? Now, this is the UFC blueprint. We're going to talk about the UFC blueprint right quick. Very important blueprint. UFC is an incredibly powerful brand. Incredible. I love studying the brand, okay? Now, UFC blueprint. So, the UFC, they need people in the door. They need people to come to watch the fights. So they must create some very powerful ecosystem of marketing in order for people to see it everywhere. Okay? We got fighters from all across the world fighting in the UFC everywhere, okay? All parts of the globe. Now, this is the ecosystem of the UFC. So they have, say, fights every 2 weeks. Okay, so when they're not fighting, they're not having events, what's going on? We have the active ecosystem of marketing. We got the UFC themselves showing, say, past fights to build hype. And then they got like past knockouts showing they got hammers in their establishment, in their organization. You got the fighters, the referees, the spokespeople, all doing content on the UFC. You got the fighters doing their training, where they from, their lifestyle at home, their hobbies. But overall, they have to attach that UFC brand. They have to their content. Everyone has to do that. So you got they got everybody, a big ecosystem of all these humans just talking about this fight. The big night, talking about the big night, getting people in the door. Now, I know with an MMA gym, or say a combat sports gym in general, we're not talking about an event. We just want people in the gym to practice and train and get better, okay? But this is gonna somewhat apply, okay? Because say the fighters in the UFC would say be the students for the gym, for the combat sports gym. That would be the students, all the students, this whole ecosystem of marketing. And then you got all these fans of all these fighters in the UFC that see all this action, all this training, all this consistency, hard work, getting their ass beat, couldn't wait for this big fight in the UFC, right? You feel me? Now, that blueprint is very important to follow somewhat for gyms. Now, because like I said, it's not an event. You want people in the gym to practice and get better. Okay, but listen, hear me out. Now, we're going to touch on the documentation, what we're going to exactly document in the gym. But before that, we're going to touch on these 3 pillars. Let me erase this right quick, okay? So that was the UFC blueprint. Now we're going to touch on these 3 pillars of content, okay? And tie that to the documentation for the gym, okay? So look. We got connection, value, and proof. Connection, value, proof. Now, connection. What is connection? That could be you as a coach, right? Being a what's the word? Tough love. Giving tough love to your students, coaching the students, connection with, say, the parents, right? That's connection. Connection with your wrestlers, connection with your fighters, whatever you want to call them, okay? That is connection content. Even your personal touch as a coach is connection content. Okay? That's what we need. We need that emotional connection for me to like you for you as a coach. For me to want to be a part of your gym. Connection. Even connection with the viewers. Connection with your viewers. You understand? So, that is a very important one. Like a lot of people who meet me always say the same thing. They love me for me. They love, I'm so transparent. I'm so real. I'm not fake. I'm such a nice human. Like what you see online is what you get in real life. They love that. Okay? That's real. I get that all the time. So connection is extremely important. Okay? I want to know you. You can a lot of your favorite celebrities, You feel like you can connect with them. They've been your favorites since you was a kid, right? Because you connected with them off a piece of what? A piece of content, right? Connection, huge. Now, second one, value. Now, I need to know as a fighter, say I'm an Miami fighter, I need to know that I can watch your page and get better. And if I come in, I'll get more better, right? That's the value aspect. So the value that you give on your page, okay, I need that. If I'm an Miami fighter, I gotta know that. Now, if I can learn a couple small things online, I'm probably gonna learn some big things in person. So I'm more incentivized to come into your gym because the value that you provided online. You understand? Very important. So even at practice, small demonstrations of moves, or maybe private training, that's all value. Certain workouts to get better at, say, agility, or explosiveness, things like that, that's value content. I need to be able to get better from the page for free, okay? Now, as a fighter, or wrestler, whatever the fuck. Now, proof. What is proof? Proof, what's the underlying meaning of proof? Testimony. Testimony. Now, say you at competition as a coach and all your fighters won their fights. Okay? That's testimony. You're a great coach. You coach all these guys to greatness. Okay? That's proof. Or say, as a coach, you go and say it's open mat day. You just beating up a lot of people, going hard, great takedowns, great chokes, whatever you're doing. That's proof. You going live, showing you got skin in the game. Right? Proof in the pudding. Right? That's proof. Even you giving value, showing examples of a move. That's even proof, because you know how to fucking explain it. Right? That's what that is. We need to touch on all three of these pillars. Right? While using somewhat of the UFC blueprint. Now, that's what those pillars are. Oh shit. Now, the next part. We almost done, y'all. Don't run. Don't run. We almost done. Now, what exactly are we going to document? That's the next thing. What exactly are we going to document as a combat sports gym, all right, for people to see, for the general population to see? Practice is number one. Practice. Now, there's a lot in that. A lot of gray area in that. What in practice? Right now, every individual move should be an individual video. If you show 4 or 5 moves in practice, that should be 4 or 5 videos. Even you going around and correcting the move of some people, like say the example was good, right? But now you got people still kind of getting it wrong. Even that's content right there. Okay, that's part of the value content, part of the connection content. Some tough love from say somebody goofing around. That's content. Now, that's part of the value practice. Okay. Now, connection. We want pranks, coaching in general. Say what? Post-practice conversations, right? Pre-practice conversations. When you're walking in, greeting the parents, talking to the parents, people getting warmed up, joking around, things like that. Post-practice motivation, that kind of stuff. And I'm gonna write this down. Competition. Okay, that's a big one. That's huge. That's a lot of testimony. It's a lot of proof right there. Okay, in the competition. Look, I'm pretty big on. I love the frame of having, say, a camera guy like right here behind me, like right here, and like the camera's like kind of showing my face but showing the match, right there. You see what I'm saying? Like in that little eyesight right there. I love that frame with a mic on, right? Be mic'd up. Great coaching, right? Be backstage with him because you the coach, right? If it's like an MMA fight, get content backstage, them walking out, all that stuff, man, right? All that live action, the big night, right? The big night, huge competition. So every individual move, all that connection content, all the competition, is rotate all of that. That's it, y'all. That's a lot of documentation. Now, hear me out. Implementing the UFC blueprint with that. We want everyone involved documenting. We don't need just the coach documenting, y'all. We need everyone. That's part of the UFC blueprint. So we need the students to make content based around the gym. Okay? That's what we have to do. If somebody is paying to be there, like, look, y'all, this is our home. This is family. We come here and bleed and lose brain cells for gold every day. We got to make this place dope. Make it big. Market it more, right? That's what we got to do. So I need everybody doing content. I need all y'all to have a great time. I encourage the cameras. That I would hella do that. A lot of gyms don't encourage that shit. You'd be surprised. A lot of gyms told me don't record. I'm like, wow, really? Like, you're stupid. I'm gonna be honest. Encourage the students to record. I think that's one of the best ideas the gym should do. Is fucking have the students be part of the marketing and the ecosystem of the marketing. Big deal. Big deal. Okay. Now, what else? Oh yeah, and even them doing their own documentation of their competitions because they're under you as the coach, right? Huge. Now you got this ego. You got you doing awesome documentation. You got all the wrestlers, all the fighters doing documentation. You got this huge ecosystem of just people seeing all the hammers in your gym, all the action going on in so many different spots, right? So many people involved. Now, say a guy is coming in for a clinic at your gym. That person needs to get involved too. So tell that person the same thing. Hey, look, you come to my gym for a clinic. I'm paying you. I thanks so much. We need you to do some content of you coming down. Okay, even I'll edit it for you, goddammit, if I got to. But we need you doing some content, shouting out the gym and showing that you're gonna be here. We need your fan base. We need your fan base to know that you're coming here. Everyone involved markets. They understand. That is huge. Look, y'all, I don't think a lot of gyms really prioritize that. I think combat sports gyms should prioritize everyone getting involved with the documentation, students and all. That's huge. To spread the awareness of the greatness inside your gym. Yes, you have to. Now, what platforms to post on? Now, I'm gonna make this quick because I did a video about this fucking 1,000 times. Okay, here we go. This is how we gonna post. We post 2 to 3 times a day on 5 platforms. We post 2 to 3 times a day on 5 platforms. I don't want to fucking hear it. That's what we do. Now, what platforms? Instagram, Facebook, and Threads. Now you're gonna tie Facebook and Threads to Instagram, okay? So there's gonna be 3 in 1 drop, okay? Now you're gonna do your captions, text, subtitles manually on Instagram. It's gonna apply to all 3 right here, okay? That's drop number 1. Pretty much drop number 2 on the 4th platform is TikTok. You're gonna manually do the subtitles and text again on TikTok. Copy and paste the caption over from Instagram, TikTok. Drop that. Now you got the Now you got the TikTok drop. When you drop on TikTok, that version downloads to your phone. Text, subtitles complete. You get that version, drop it over here. YouTube Shorts. Okay? It's already halfway done. The captions are only 100 characters on YouTube Shorts, so do them manually, make it short and simple, okay? That's it. That is how you do it. Last part is on Instagram, Facebook, Thread. No, actually take that on them. These all apply to ones. It's all ones. On Instagram, after you drop the video, you like it, comment, save it, share it to your story. TikTok, like, comment, save. YouTube, or I tapped up here. YouTube. Like, comment, share. That's it. Understand? Done. Consistency. 2 or 3 times a day. Okay? That on all platforms, bro. That is how you accelerate a brand right there. That's how every gym should post right there. If y'all all did that, y'all be successful. I just gave y'all some game. If y'all didn't fucking take this shit serious, I'm gonna be so pissed, bro. That was the end of my lecture, okay? I really hope y'all found that valuable. I really, really do. Now, will I do a Q&A? No, okay, I will not do a Q&A. But I will say this lecture was recorded. It's going to be on YouTube, y'all. Subscribe to my YouTube, Muggsy Boyz Junction. Support the brand. It's a free way to support my brand. It's free. Subscribe to the page, okay, y'all? That's all I ask. Just that, okay? I'm going to give y'all the best value possible to grow your brands, okay? This is a lot of fucking game here. A lot. I'm going out my way. This is not a fucking... I hate when people say that I scam. Because I'm here going live 4 or 5 times a week for y'all and post content every day. You don't see luxurious shit on my page. I don't promote a lifestyle. I promote fucking value. I promote how to get better. You go on my page for free and get better right now. That's why this is not a fucking scam. I'm out here grinding for y'all. I really love what I do. I give a shit. I've been there, done that. I've been broke, repo, eviction. I've been there, done that. This is the real fucking deal. I figured it out for y'all. I figured it out to help y'all accelerate y'all brands. Because I took a long time to get it done. I'm gonna shorten y'all time span by a year. Okay. Now, I will see y'all in a couple days from the next live. God bless y'all. Thanks for your time, man.